Welcome guys. In this series, web code series for beginners, I'm going to be walking you through the basic of building a website. We're going to learn the concept and the basic skills of using your HTML and your CSS, your JavaScript, okay? And you can start from this. It is actually to help the beginners, acquire the digital skills in building websites and web solutions or web application. Of course, for this, you should kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel. I upload videos on different digital tools, and of course, this is my website. I build web applications and run digital marketing services. My name is Fetuga Mojid Olalekan. So let's get started. Web applications, as basically as you need to know, it's all about applications that can be seen via the browsers. Applications that can be accessed, that can be utilized via using your browser, whether it's your Google Chrome, like in my own case, Google Chrome, Firefox, Opera Mini, Internet Explorer, any of these browsers, any application that you can design, and that application can be seen on the browser through the internet, that is a web application. Okay, and the basic language or the basic scripts to build a web application is just using your HTML, your CSS, and your JavaScript. But when you go advanced and you'll be making use of programming languages like PHP, of course JavaScript, Python, and whatever, there are lots of tools that you can use to also build web applications. But this is for the beginner. So this is actually for a starter, somebody who needs to know and understand the rudiments to web development. And of course, it's going to be in series because we cannot complete everything at a glance, but we will be able to break it down step by step. And for your guide, I'm going to make use of these two sites, and that is W3 Schools. I can boldly tell you that if you really want to learn about most of these codes, and in fact, take it as a repository where you can actually contact and consult if you need. You don't need to be cramming everything. You don't need to know everything immediately, but you need to understand how you can get that value. Like if you want to do anything and you really do not, you've forgotten, you can always access these sites and you are going to get the latest information. And this is what I'm going to use as guide in order for me to also help you, walk you through. So you can always see some of the codes available on these websites. Now, we'll need to focus more on understanding HTML, CSS, and introduction to JavaScript. So let's get started. The first thing is to create a work environment. So work now, what would our work environment entail? Now, the first thing is that we want to work on HTML. So we need to understand that we would need an editor. So the first is editor. Now, what is an editor? An editor is just an application that would enable you to edit HTML scripts. Okay, so you can actually edit the scripts, the codes. Okay, why you can use that as much as you really want. Okay, and the general editor that is well known, the basic, is Notepad, the one I'm using now, and I really like it. Okay, and if you go to your Windows, whether you're using Windows 7, Windows 10, any of these Windows version, just type Notepad in your search engine. You are going to see the first default application. You just click on that. That is your work environment. This is where you will be doing your coding and everything, while you can then see the result on the script. So if you don't want to use Notepad because probably you need support, you want to understand your syntax, and you want to like really see a very nice environment, which is not just going to be black and white. You can download, of course, the version that is available, that is convenient for you. Like I've just have it here, Notepad plus plus. You just need to go online on Google and just type Notepad plus plus. So let me type the first one, Notepad, and the second one is Notepad plus plus. So Notepad plus plus works just like Notepad. And if you download and install, let me just click Notepad or Notepad. Okay, yes, we have Notepad plus plus as a program, and you are going to see something a bit complicated, advanced. Okay, you are going to see something like this, and this is extremely advanced for a beginner. So we may not use it, and we are not going to use it for this beginning effort. We just want to see our script, our code, basically, and we want to understand what we are doing with it. So the next one you can actually download that I'm recommending is SublimeText. So you can make use of SublimeText. Let me just type in SublimeText. It's a single word, SublimeText. So you can simply just go into your browser, your Google Chrome, and just on Google just type SublimeText. It's going to bring you to this page. You can just download the version for your operating system, and if you do not know your operating system type, the version, probably you are using 64 bits or 32 bits, just come to your start menu on your computer, right click and click on properties. You will be able to see your system type, whether it's 64 bits or 32 bits as the case may be, and you can just download. But this is for advanced, and I think it's not your edit now. Your edit should be just your normal notepad, which is default on your system. So that is the first thing you have to set up, which is the editor notepad. The next thing will be your under your environment, your folder. Now, why do you need to create a folder? Why do you need to create a folder? Whenever you are working on web application or any application, you want to organize your content so that your content will be in a single folder, and it helps you, it organizes your efforts so that whenever you want to just transfer your files offline from your laptop, your system, online to your server, you will just move the folder's content at a go, or you even carry the whole folder if that's how you have designed it. So the first thing we want to do now is to create a folder, and it is within this folder that we will start creating our HTML documents. So how do you create a folder? I'm just going to create a folder on my desktop by just right clicking and just clicking new and just clicking folder, and I'm going to name that folder web code training. So that is the training folder. This is the folder we are going to use, and all our training documents will be available in this folder. So let's get started. So we want to now start creating our web application, and our HTML file is the first web application we are going to create, and we are using Notepad. So let me just click on the start menu, type Notepad, and click enter. Then I want to save this Notepad into this folder, converting it to web application. So I'm going to come to this save menu. I will click on save as, and I'm going to give the first web application, the first and the most important web application as far as website and web solution is concerned, is always the home page or the index page. So I'm going to save this as home.html. That is the home page .html. So I'm going to encode this encoding version. I want it to be, you would love to have it with UTF-8. That is the version you would really want to encode your web script on. So I want to save this file into my newly created folder, web code training, and which is on my desktop. Okay, then I want to save the file title as home.html, and I want it to have this encode version format of UTF-8. Then I will click save. So once you do that, immediately you get this done, you are going to see that a web application has been automatically created into your your folders your folder, which is now home.html. Then at this stage, I will say congratulations on your first video. You have been able to successfully create a web page. Okay, now the web page is empty, there is nothing on it, and for us to do that, we have to just open, and I'm going to show you this is the web page, and you can see the source location is within my website, my web code training folder, and the file name is home.html. So what I'm going to do, just to complete this stack so that I can give you an assignment, and you should do that following the guide I have given to you. I'm going to just share my screen into two. Let me have this one like this so that I will be able to, and I'm going to have this on this side. So what I've just done is I've divided my screen into two. While my editor is on the left side, I just press the start menu and the left move to the key, left side of the key on the keyboard. Okay, and I also click on the start menu and the right side of the keyboard, and I divided my screen into two. So anything I write here, let me just write anything here, and I save. If I should refresh this, you are going to see it on the screen. So this is how I want you to set up your application, and click on the next button for the next setup, so that we will start writing our HTML file from the next video guide. So what we have been able to achieve today from this video is understanding that we can actually build a web solution from with our laptop, on with our browser, and with using Notepad. And what we've been able to do is to set up the basic environment, the work environment. So in the next video, I'm going to now start with the understanding the basics of HTML. So if you are new to this channel and you are just watching this video for the first time, my name is Fetuga Majid Olaleko. Kindly subscribe to the channel. Follow me on my social media channels, my Instagram, my Twitter. It's always Majid Fetuga. My website is majidfetuga.com. My social media channel is always Majid Fetuga Majid. That is me. So in the next video, we will be working on HTML. See you soon.